day 4 of my elongated London adventure. So, since last time, things have been good. Things have been rainy, things have been cold, things have been wet. I finally bought an umbrella, and the umbrella is very practical, actually. I should show you my umbrella. What you can't see from the outside is what you can see from the inside. The whole thing is a map of London, which is really practical because I could have lost a lot, but now I can't. Yesterday we went on a boat tour, which was pretty cool. We boated by the London Eye and Big Ben, which it's not actually Big Ben. Big Ben is the bell inside the tower that's cracked, and most people actually don't get to see Big Ben. They brought us really far away and just dropped us off and was like, find your way home. I'm like, okay. Took the tube. I've never taken the subway before, and that's probably my favorite part so far. I enjoy going underground and hopping on and speeding by in the dark and then getting off and then crawling out of a hole and trying to figure out where you are. Because each time you pop up out of the ground, it's like your little groundhog and you're like, where am I? We went downtown onto Oxford Street, which is probably my favorite street because there's tons of shopping malls. I honestly bought a lot of stuff for like under 20 pounds. This is my lovely cardigan. It'll be nice and warm because it's really cold outside. It's nice and warm, and I can wear this with everything. You can put a belt over it, or you cannot put a belt over it. It's like, yes! Right now it's wet because I spilt my water all over it. Even though I've still been drinking plain water for like 4 days. But it still had some tint in it, like my water bottle's like stained from all the Crystal Light that I've usually been putting in it. So a little bit leaked out, and I was pink on the side. I had to wash it. I washed it with shampoo. If anyone could ever have enough polka dot dresses, come on. And then this sweater, which has little funny frilly things on the side. I had to visit Queen's house, which I don't think is really the Queen's house. I went to this McDonald's, and it was literally a 3-level McDonald's, which is the biggest McDonald's I've ever seen in my entire life. There was like the normal part of McDonald's that you would expect to see at any McDonald's, where it was like the food ordering place, and then you have a couple seats on the side. But then you can go upstairs, and this is a huge, like, almost like pub bar like McDonald's. Then downstairs it's like this dining, very luxurious McDonald's. It's like, what is this? It's just McDonald's, but no, it's not just McDonald's. Oh, and on the tube, this is my first kind of scary experience on the tube. It wasn't that scary, it was just really confusing because there was this strange, I don't know if he was drunk, he might have been drunk, but it was kind of early to be drunk, so maybe he wasn't drunk. He was a French man, and he just kept staring at me, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? And then he just kept staring at me with this Frenchness. Actually, I didn't know that he was French, but he kept staring at me. And then when I walked by to get off the tube, he's like, you're very nice. And I'm like, what? He's like, you're very, very nice. I'm like, what? Excuse me, sir, you're very nice. And then as I walked out, like, it was kind of creepy because, like, he puts his hand on the side of the gate and he's like watching me, and it shuts, and I was like, okay, scary Frenchman. That was different. He had a nice beard, but kind of creepy. So creepiness, the beard doesn't make up for creepiness. And then we had another creepy experience on the tube, except for it wasn't me this time, it was the girl that I went with. And she was sitting there with a piece of paper, and she's like folding it. And then the guy next to her was like, are you going to make a beautiful crane? And she's like, no. He's like, oh, I thought you could make something beautiful with that. Come on, you can do it. And she's like, no. Needless to say, you shouldn't make a beautiful crane. So I do like the tube. And now just a little sketch. Today we had lectures. The lecture guy, I pretty much didn't hear anything he said until he started talking about socialized medicine and how it's good. And I was like, no, it is not. He started talking about churches and religion, and I was highly interested by the fact that only about 10% of people in England regularly attend church. I was like, what? That's a really low number of people. But on the other side, only 20% would say that they are atheists and that they don't believe in God. I was like, oh, that's even more interesting. And that they keep that in their private life. I was like, very interesting. Oh my goodness. And I have to show you this because I thought this was interesting too. Seriously. I'm holding 10 pounds in my hand. It's so heavy. It is so heavy. And there's the Queen right there. It's so pretty. And on the other side right there, like, that is, I don't know if you can see that, But that is Charles Darwin. It's like, man, you're so wrong. You're wrong to so many degrees. Things evolved to a certain degree, but I'm pretty sure we didn't come from monkeys. I mean, I'm kind of hairy sometimes, and it's kind of questionable, but he's not even looking at me. Sorry, man. You have a nice beard too, though, which there's a lot of homeless people here on the street, and this would be a very bad place to be homeless, because it rains all the time. It's just wet and soggy and gross. It makes me kind of sad. I just kind of want to talk to them, and I don't want to be shanked. I don't know. And I have a home, which means... So, okay, start with chinchillas. Chinchillas are important. But so is Jesus. My top, I guess Jesus. Chinchillas. Jesus needs to be higher. Chinchillas. So, if I get back in a couple months, I can put down my deposit on my chinchilla and go pick it up when I get home. Ian. My chinchilla. Second thing. Today when I went to pick up my books, a young student guy who was like handing out flyers for different coffee, cafe, church things. And I was like, I don't know, there weren't many people that were very excited about it. So we were like, okay, I knew it. I was like, yay, I've been looking for this. And I think he was excited because I took interest in it and most people didn't. There's actually a place to go to, and what you do is you go and you sip tea and you sip coffee while you sit there and have a little group discussion. I'm like, yeah, hey. Yeah. Those are my two exciting moments. That took a lot out of me. Adios, amigos. Hablas tú, mis amigos. That's all I got. Adios.